Hi everyone, Roy, the golf club coach here, and today I would like to give you my thoughts on the Mitsubishi MMT Concept putter shaft that I installed in my putter. But before I tell you what makes this MMT putter shaft special, first let me explain why I was looking to upgrade my putter shaft in the first place. I have been playing this Cobra King 3D printed putter, the Grand Sport model, for a little over a year now. And the main reason why I chose this putter to go into the bag was because of this sick face technology. Now the sick face technology is based around the concept that you have different loft zones on the putter. On the low end of the face, the loft on this putter is a mere 1 degree, and it goes up 1 degree as you go up higher on the face. It was designed this way to help you with your slightly inconsistent strikes, giving them a little bit more consistency in terms of launch and roll, therefore giving you a greater chance of the ball actually reaching your target with the correct speed. The 3D printing allows for a lot of weight to be saved in the structure, therefore making room for these two heavy tungsten weights to be placed on the perimeter, on the heel and the toe side of the putter, which gives this putter a really high MOI, especially for a blade. However, for all of the tech that's in the head and the spaceship-like looks of this putter, the shaft was just made of regular old steel like we've been using for ages. And before I picked up this 3D printed putter, I have always used a putter with a face insert because I just like the softer feeling that it gives on contact. And that is exactly where I felt that the sick face was lacking. The sick face is made of aluminum, which is understandable because they have to make the different loft zones across the face. But I just did not appreciate the clicky feeling and the clicky sound off the face. So much so that this clickiness was almost a deal breaker. So I went looking for a graphite shaft to install in my putter, hoping that the graphite would eliminate some of that clickiness. And wouldn't you know it, making a milled face putter feel like a soft insert face putter is exactly the promise that the MMT Putter Concept shaft makes. That, and of course a super low torque or twisting of the shaft to give you less deflection, giving you straighter putts. MMT stands for metal mesh technology, and there have been MMT iron and even wood shafts for a couple of years now. Inside the layers of graphite, there is this mesh made of metal woven, and it's throughout the entire shaft, giving the shaft its super low torque and its stable feel. Oh, get in. It's a different approach than the Stability Putter shaft or the Odyssey Stroke Lab shafts that consist for the most part of a graphite shaft but have a metal tip portion. But the principle of combining the characteristics of steel and graphite is where you can compare the two ideas. I actually have a UST Mamiya frequency filtered putter shaft installed in my putter that I keep at my parents' house, so I was already familiar with the idea. For me, installing this MMT worked really well. I am very happy with how this shaft manages to mute the sound and feel off of the face. And don't tell anybody at Cobra, but I think my Cobra putter feels like an Odyssey now. Furthermore, the shaft feels very stable, and in terms of looks, I think this black shaft fits the whole Star Wars theme of this putter very well. Plus, the added advantage is there's no glare when playing in bright sunlight. Maybe that holds putts as well. Get in. There are a couple of downsides to be aware of as well. As far as I know, this shaft is only compatible with plumber's neck style hosels because there is too much material on the inside of the shaft or too much wall thickness to install it over a nub. So it only installs in a socket like that of a plumber's neck. Now I've brought the butt end of this shaft where I trimmed it to length to show you the wall thickness. Now, and this wall thickness also prevents you from using a counterbalance weight. So you can't insert a counterbalance weight in the grip unless you are prepared to sand that weight way down. For me, this actually turned out just fine because I instantly felt comfortable with the weight of this shaft. But for instance, if you're used to using an Odyssey Stroke Lab shaft, then that shaft is a lot lighter than this one. So this might feel a little bit awkward. If, however, you are used to using a standard steel putter shaft, then don't be worried, because the 135 grams of this shaft is exactly the same as a standard steel putter shaft. Also, the other day I noticed some scuffing here on the shaft. And this scuffing comes from using the putter well on the bag that I'm using. Here it rubs against the shaft and it creates these little marks. Of course, when you're using a steel shaft, this is never an issue. But I will be keeping my putter nicely into this padded well from now on. And that outside of the bag putter well is not going to be used anymore. Now, if you'll excuse me, I really have to get back to my practice. Now, if you've enjoyed watching me miss putts like this, then why not leave a like? And subscribe to the channel as well. Maybe you can watch me miss putts in future videos. This is the coach, signing off. I'll see you in the next one.